Hi, GC News. Mema Bawumia Akwawa. The latest and hot news in one and the Bremo and Uti Sebunya subscribe ya body and say over subscribe. Now like no say video. Gabby and say over click the subscribe button. Now barely notification. When sa video ya re upload no. Also when sa can be. I feel we are na one like video give us a thumbs up now feel share just say was so na e ko na amanfo so enye bi na wo hwe na woni hu de e ko so e wo gara man ho ano afi ye hwe ensema abeto bo ye proso enti eye ensemu ya ababeto be
ha na Akufo Addo e di kan ya ka kire Ghana fo se bibia fa election hu bia no eye all die be die affairs bibia o de sende me bibia fa election hu bia na Akufo Addo ama yenya ate ase se eye all die be die affairs. Okay, me ko parliament monfa ento so ma me na Ghana fo hwe Eugene ansa na me ni lawyer Edoji Tamaklo atwetwe nkomo e de afasa ensem we se hu be de kan aka last week say 1992 constitution no said the NDC for annual constitution omo ka kire ye say omo ye ni such a way say Ghana ni bia beti ne ma bi ase enti nurse for ye bisa wo hey tailor for ye journalist for ye ko 6 months to story building sui omo engage ye enti constitution no article ne subsection no cross no o ready a wo be hu say enye we sakese bia e da hono mo JSS ni SS ni senior high ni obia otimi ready bia no o ready a obetimi ate ase enti ni nyina ye speaker of parliament ruling on the buy so they say NPP near majority BM NDC near majority NPP enko minority yeah Supreme Court go to court to focus Supreme Court ekwa J stay of execution the two speaker ruling so speaker so emane lawyers ni legal team so akọ Supreme Court akọ file eti lawyer Edoji Tamaklo ba homa so na answer na no may ye Writ to invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court pursuant to article 1 sa cross ni subsection ya dey ya me point be bebrebe lawyer bechire mu di akire I am directed by Right Honorable Afenyo Markins for Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament, to retain the attached process which was left at the Legal Services Office of the Parliamentary Service by 3 bailiffs of the court on Wednesday, 16th October 2024. Attempts were made to serve the same processes on Tuesday, 15th October 2024. The Right Honorable Speaker notes that the attempted service is contrary to Article 117 of the 1992 Constitution and the circular issued by her Ladyship Justice Pamela C.A. Cranton and then the other Judicial Secretary. Okay, eti minko na mene lawyer Edoji Tamaklo enko twetwe nkomo efanfa sa ensem anyway Director of Legal Affairs at the National Democratic Congress enfa sa ensem we say ho lawyer nyu ewie ma han
Minyaba ewie me chawo etu fo na
yo ya da se pa efra no pa wabre juma na wo ye no aka 30 aka how many days
39 days no time to sleep
hey na say madao
na the issue na ye unu say minyaba ye di tumi sha won sa kai say anyi wanwa akwado ba January 7 2017 and I know before there a year no believe that in less than 50 days yen kaya Akufo Addo no adane misery for no adane misery for a lesson to all of us the political power functions.
Okay. Yamra ene awia ikrata yensaka parliamentary service yensaka enam Right Honorable Speaker Aban Bagbin through his legal team almost rate to invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Ya omu yusu the constitution ebake sa ni omu ehwehwe the free Supreme Court in when your statement ni bi
my kind of
okay, Cheyemu.
You want to say a idea that you meeting justice and my judicial secretary, the dinner or mobile the court of that Pamela Francie Mrs. Extra kind of step now specular or they might say a lawyer for and guide any bills. I say court process. Maybe I put the MP a court, put the parliament a court, a choir say yes, can service that. The practice yeah, my men medium pana court. The other person, no, a CM court, say a rate or a day and conservative time. Yes, serving in India at the Maya day, H1 at the in the master. And she or the third plan, one say Constitution Article 117, H. Kwanya will be a member of Parliament. It means processes. Meaning, the speaker, I can say, Kwanya so nice answer, yes, the process. Now, Osha Kat Anna, the date is 18. And yes, sir. 18th October.
Yeah.
It says, speaker actually Friday. The very first day now, debut Supreme Court empty petition. That Anna speaker so clearly tells you that Krataway has been overtaken by.
Hello, lawyer.
Hello.
Yeah.
It means it has been overtaken by events. One who said, Emra, Afenyo Markins, the Assembly Court. Or the court, let's see and service speaker. But what I say?
Maybe I try me to
almost every speaker through Oman York Mankasa. Meanwhile, secular not chief justice of the two you can't serve the speaker through the legal department.
Okay.
There's a procedure. Oman fans have procedure. I mean, the speaker can say, Oman fans back. But before Speaker Kweku Agyarko, not Supreme Court and money did teaching that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And say ya no, ya shot sa Writ we say na. A dear Ben as a see and speaker through his legal team no. A dear no musiki.
No, and America said that day it has been overtaken by events. And then they said, Friday na Supreme Court had decided it. On the assumption said the speaker has been served.
Maybe I try me to say.
On the assumption say you are said to speak. So this letter no, on the it has been overtaken by friends.
And so meaning it says Supreme Court ruling na e buy no. That just say Parliament ain't me fan ya juma.
Friday decision ana.
I ruling na free Supreme Court by Friday no.
Okay, yeah. Tuesday no. In a Parliament yeah, what would be minority majority. So the same one a majority. Now, service said, share the Article 9 of the Constitution or say, constituency MPP candidate to that. When you now call independent, you forfeit your membership of the MPP automatically. What I say? Until Tuesday, no, and my parliament resume, no, speaker can't be. In Kopo will bring your margin and also. Or say, yeah, the process best serving. But Parliament needs to take a decision. That's what I say. Parliament needs to take a decision. However, in Kopo, more Parliament here now. A year, the number required for Parliament to operate but it is not the number for Parliament to decide. There are two things, but also, you need a number to commence business. I actually call, but only another number if you want to take decision. You know, say, or no speaker alone, such decision or no means a key. If I just wanted the entire house, everything is a decision. But in the meantime, the numbers in Parliament are not enough for the purpose of the speaker or the house taking a decision. And the man or any proceedings in the day.
Okay. Hello, lawyer also.
Yeah, me online.
Okay, and he said you share constitutional after Supreme Court ruling a buyer. You share submissions. Lawyer for bit some more year and Chemua eba. You bet me a cast Supreme Court a quite bisuno. Omo estampede Parliament proceeding speaker ruling na a buyer.
No, if you can repeat that.
Okay, say you share emra. Yeah, President Esida, Professor Michael Ronokwe, Ejina, Constitution so, Article 97 so, and then NPP so, one Constitution, say. So we you would see we are MP. Now we you would say you won't filing nominations. So we'll call as an independent candidate here. What forfeit your membership with the party? And only the whole Professor Michael Ronokwe, Ejina Article 97 so, and a man.
Sociano Mame, NPP competitors are almost okay was in error.
Hello?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mr. NPP from me said, yeah, okay, a year 2020, no, error.
Now, Emrano what constitution will say error?
Something for young, you know, Muyadio, no principle be any a convenience. Now, on what a more constitution, the constitution is that meanwhile, which is to do and people just answer or say, and now we are imagine to occur independently. I'm not don't pray a unique to NPP was our platform. Is that not an accident on time NPP? But immediately Supreme Court has said nobody and not on pressure and then the platform. One year now.
Yet a pa.
Only captain smart it is answer for ya no training and meaning. There's nothing like principle for them. For them, everything is about convenience.
It is a lawyer yet I see a year pardon as I said yeah. Speaker ruling now or the buyer no it still stands. Ejina wa yeah Juma.
Parliament needs to convey and speak to take a decision together with the MPs. Now, when you say no, the idea said you it's a Parliament for research because of the MPs have to be
lawyer lani breaki kakranti ama me so ten ho kakrama me na sisi ho bi ma me yeah we said yeah yenko
the mechanism says Parliament needs to go on research until after election. So Parliament has barely 2 weeks to go on research because the MPs have to go and campaign. My sister almost year record. Record no, how many weeks now Parliament speaks national?
And only answer me say government businesses and so on no more. E was so mo kono mo koye ho adwuma.
But obi an stop government business from not happening. The NPP speech a walkout. You can't take a walkout and say somebody is sabotaging government business. You are the one doing it.
Without the public, the police cannot function. You know, there are agents for what? Maintenance of peace. That's the first thing. And you cannot use force to maintain peace. That is why we change from Ghana Police Force to Ghana Police Service. That is yet to sink home because habits die hard. And the police sometimes operate like a force. The military are taught to shoot, not to miss. And the purpose of the shooting is to kill. The police are not taught to shoot and to kill. No. That is a last resort. When police are being overpowered, you bring the military, and that they are good at it. And that is why there must be civilian control of the military, so that it's only the last resort that you can call them in. Unfortunately, it looks like that is not what is practiced in the country, and we need to fight together to bring it back. This vicious cycle, many of you don't know our history, but the vicious cycle that we are experiencing in our political life is because of such excesses in the struggle to independence and after independence. And so, yes, I may be a great-grandchild of a victim of your leadership. It's still in my heart. You get the opportunity, you pay back. And this is what has happened. I don't want to mention names, but if I take you through the history, you see that is it. Some of us are lucky because we've not been part of it. And so we try to hold the balance. But the malcontents in the system, they are still quite a number because of these past things. And so we need to change away from this, because our power is like okra. It's so slippery. It will just get out of your hands. So please, these are some of the things that our partnership can do. I've had time to have exchanges with the police unit and the former PRO on the police headquarters, Ofori, who has now gone on retirement. Is now a civilian. You understand? And I remember going to address the military after the war incident, where they charged to the town because one of them lost his mobile phone and assaulted anybody on site. Now, some of the people they assaulted were also retired military men. You understand? So what it is doing is lack of experience in life. But we will get there. The second question is on this well, there have been an improvement, and the reasons I just gave in my earlier submission. The majoritarian system doesn't work too well in our favor because it's like the roar of the multitude. When you have many MPs belonging to one side, majority or minority, like the roar of the multitude. There's no wisdom in what they do. Mob action, they move together. One person will have given a command and they go by it. You see? And so once we sit there as a speaker and coming from that group, it's difficult to resist because it's like facing the flood. You know? If you don't take time and the wind is coming and you face it, you may be like the mosquito. It will just carry you along, and then you also say, oh, you are also going there. It's not the wind that is carrying you along, but you are also going there. It's not true. Luckily, this hung parliament has created an environment where I can sit without such pressures. And none of the president or former president or the parties can pressurize me, also maybe because of my years in politics and the position that I've held, and they both have worked under me before. So I have some clout and pedigree that you can't just push down. So you need to have people like that in speakership. Again, because of my long experience in parliament, I know the rules, I have the skills, I have the human relations to work with. See, unlike just plucking people from outside and coming and making them speakers. So it's important that we look at all this experiences to guide us in our future decisions. I think that ourselves we made some progress, but there's still a lot to be done.
Umame, Sammy president, 1 hour, just 1 hour. Mempe biem. Adia me pesa me de me president ya and se me kwa kofa sa grade na omudi kwa galamsey. Yeah. Akọ sa Supreme Court anymore. Ebubu kwasiafo ni nyina tiato agu. I now understand why Rawlings did what he did. Yeah. Even though I understand it was not done by Rawlings, he would have been right. Because Adia Torkornoo ye no na no fiada no. Unim de betimi dia ba my way mu a. Sani pamians and you never celebrate them. Because omutimi dia dem de judge otimi dia ponche. Yeah. Okay, sir, Bofubi Okojina can say, where did you come from to go to Kolebu? No, Busa, Rojo Metanunu. Okay. Obi say, where did you come from to go to Kolebu? Obi say, Gary ni Marco or a lawyer ni. Obri Boahe or a lawyer. Oh, these are people you cannot find any space in academics. Say, yes, a lawyer. Obi say, Gary, he cannot even put a sentence together. I'm not being denigrative, I'm being factual. Now, he cannot even put a sentence together. Because essay. Say myself, myself to be real, not the sentence, concord, obeti, subject verb agreement, obeti, the tenses, and yet, where were a lawyer? So, how did he qualify to become a lawyer? It is only because law apprentice and no koyama. It's possible. I don't even know whether he was ever tutored by any teacher. But all these people are lawyers. Show to say Akufo Addo na mu no. On chan lecture room da ensua law da ba wo lawyer ni. Ono akasa no Asante Bediatuo ya wote America ya na adwena ti. Say wono so wo lawyer ni. Wo busan say Bediatuo ko school we he. O first degree hunya no we woni bi. But wo lawyer ni. And that is why I've always told you, the Ghana Bar Association, and yet the most useless association ever to have found its life on this earth. It's the most useless. Look, what did you touch about? What about the diamond? Yeah, it's what did you talk about for them? What did you call be about? Bonsa Akufo Addo. What did it be about for? It's the most useless. Because if you admit such uselessness, Gabby, we were a lawyer. Gabby, we were born school. What tea? Emrano, what we throw city, were a lawyer. All these ex-convicts are lawyers. So the question is, what is the quality of justices we have? That is the question. Because sebi lawyer na bon Afenyo Markins or a lawyer. Obi a wo ye lawyer ni a wonim se mepacho ko Google long na ko search for stay of execution. Just Google stay of execution. Now would you read it? Now be who say sebi and yes say obi a lawyer na chese onim nyansa na wabin. Stay of execution. What does it mean? Now obi atimi aba file a very wrong application. E was Supreme Court o wan kwa nkoye no magistrate court, wan kwa circuit court, wan kwa high court, wan kwa your friend saying appeals court. Waba the whole Supreme Court. Na a judge for enum omu nyina Akufo Addo wabonfu we ya the appoint omu nyina Akufo Addo ya wabon ya woni classmate one appoint a judge for we nyina it a judge for ni nyina person tell me say omu call law school no omu ensure stay of execution omu nima de kro
stay of execution. A stay of execution is a court order to temporarily suspend the execution of a court judgment.
Simple, but your first you are. We in here, so obeko school, obeko Harvard. They say Ayariga, and answer President Kufo, and San who say law way. And nyansa any common sense na Nyankopon eboa ebinumu a omudi nkan ba wiase and San yeba say to make a law effective in this world, put wisdom and common sense together and make sense. So if you look at how they have just rendered themselves very useless, it tells you why we are in this limbo. In a democracy, dictatorship has become the order of the day. And you know, Akufo Addo always looks for people who will always be yes men and yes women. Yes women because I was so kind of say yes sir. I was so kind of say yes sir. It will your bar no kasa was so say yes sir. We are bema no kasa was so say yes sir. And it was say in Kwaku any moi and what do my good baby and was sorry I know I am koliku. Eh, oh sorry, the American bia kasa yes sir. It will kasa mamia bodam no so aka mamia bodam. Kasa o certificate, o birth certificate to me fanya you almost so akotro, o birth certificate to me fanya. It was asam kwa. Cause your judgment. When you want kasa kwakasa wo maame ekyirameku no akoka ekyirameku maame okofia no osu position ya mekoji ye yo anka radin kama kru wen pa me ho enti wagimi sauti wiase na wan kasa wo adwen na maame de wako school na wo maame se fa school na me de wako no fa be ya adwuma na fa bobra na wo da tintiri mba omososo menya so fa so Uye nkwasi adwe ni wiado akojira radika wiye ka waku pa me ho yakupo atwa wo ka unim nyansa wajuni swa wajuna yete sa kwana yakopon eba Yesu Kristo obu baby the parable of the talent or say na papa ni tukwan e no ma ne ma no me ma we enan e no me ma we mienu e na baako so me ma ne baako ma mi tokonu oni yama ne baako ya watutu fam no de akɔhye hoi yakopon wadome ho ka se amen enti no eno me ne sen yakopon de talent atu trim wo talent ne say fa adwini ko suku ne fa ko sua nyansa ne fa ko sua nimdie ne fa bra ne fa beboa o manfo e fa membo on man Ghana what me de wa adwini ato fam te say anwam e na wo hu tie Akufo Addo ono woni certificate wo kura certificate they say Akufo Addo na e kire de ka enti unyansa wai woni pa ba unyansa ne hwan ugina bia ne he me tu ne fo ugina bia ne he say obedi stay of execution abetu wanim na wonim se Supreme Court mo sabi mo adwuma mo ye wo wiase ma nyina ene se mo be interpret laws yasa you don't do anything more because anything you do is interpretation of law apart from that there is nothing more now ebio obi be busa se eba ne sen ena nipa numu a omukotena asem ne so no omu nyina adwini ko obankrom enti se bi ntafo krampo no obi a wana adwen ko enti nipa ba ti dabe na abeja wo koliko ye what than zombie no go talk unless you talk tell them to talk zombie and am I zombie fella obi a wono akwa gina on the ticket of MPP e wo hohoi say them to ne so aba yeah wo ye panel member me nkwala yi no mo ye adwuma o Global FM o be transit studio te say de meti hey no okasa ma MPP and ye na kwa kotra Supreme Court we din kan de ne ko a peace court yeah ya man so Supreme Court wa bon che kuro judge ya wa bon eti sebi imperial center judge eti uko school no ni ma dey first stay of execution we yedna kotra Supreme Court o anya say yedna kotra tribunal mpo tribunal krampo won qualify we me ya presenter me fa ne kotra ayi ya friends magistrate for bebe omunya lawyers but omu di nyansa ni nimdie na omu di bu attention na mama amayosem adidi muti to the extent say and then mama Supreme Court no akoye te say me say me ni judge for mo wo UK your friend is saying US ebi wo Rwanda and ebi wo your friend say Europe in general na mini aba waka baby Georgette Amide Deja ba Yakupon fa ne krensie baby okobia very brilliant and sharp otiko jaba mu elder sister on the name so am nim sa judge for enum nyina nti asem bi si Ghana ha I try to feed our platform and let them get me what it is that I should say sometimes and we are friends oba Ghana me and am do omo number bia now I was shocked to the marrow say ba ku na twe ma adwen si sa de we so say stay of execution ought not to have found its way. These are the words I can read for you verbatim. say stay of execution ought not to have found its way in the Supreme Court because no court has adjudicated over a matter. One kind document na review. Who's a 5-page document? Yeah. Omuruli no. Okay, first preamble no, it's wrong. The application filed was wrong, so it was dead on arrival. Many omukita would you kind of best stress. Why are we becoming this nuisance? The Ghana that we used to know, sir, this is the beacon of democracy. Now you tell me, on my way, say, Sebi yakoya nim ama say Africa obi e suasuan obi e dwen ho say the gateway of Africa. The reason anunti yaka say the gateway of Africa no mostly was because of how we have conducted ourselves in the democracy. Sure. Despite all the military your friend say coup d'etat say ba yen in your manoma, look at how even the rulings that we the MPP antagonized was able to bring together a whole nation under the umbrella of democracy. Na nipa on mamenka secret wenchira hwe ndenti omudi sansam hunu no sa enkwasiafo miensa na omutisi Supreme Court me makase se NDC bawa dabi omumubu sadie ni mfiri me umame se menye president 1 hour just 1 hour me mpe biem ade a me pese me de me president ya ni se me kwakofa sa grader na omudi koy galamsey yeah akọ sa Supreme Court anymore ebubu nkwasiafo ni nyina tiato agu. I now understand why Rawlings did what he did. Yeah. Even though I understand it was not done by Rawlings, he would have been right. Because Adia Torkornoo ye no na no fiada no. Unim de betimi dia ba my way mu a. Sani pamians and you never celebrate them.
Yo wait for we the end sema abameto ye no so. Na ka wo say GCD so na wo hwe no. Se unya subscribe ya omori na say o subscribe. No like it. Nothing so was share video no ama for any be afre. Also betting otchere what you have and so we now will comment box in by next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.